Friendly's moving on objective in sector Bravo.
Hostile down.
Продолжаем в том же духе. Не сдаем позиций.
Vehicle looks operational.
Hostiles are attacking an objective at Alpha. Be advised, we are in control of sector Charlie.
Consistency comes in many forms. We're led to believe that to succeed at an artistic career, to become a YouTuber, to make any improvement in your life, you're expected to quote unquote be consistent. And we're never taught what that means. And what it's conventionally interpreted to mean is simply doing the same thing for the same amount of time every day or every week. And it doesn't matter whether that amount of time is too much for you or not enough for you. You're just expected to just grind it out, so to speak. This isn't really true. Consistency comes in many forms. It looks like many different things for different people depending on the different tasks at play. If you want to find success, if you want to build the habit, if you want to improve a skill, yeah, you got to consistently kind of work at it over time. But that doesn't need to be grinding out 2 or 3 hours a night instead of sleeping, or pushing yourself to where it's not fun or enjoyable anymore. Because in the long term, that hurts your consistency. In the long term, that means you'll burn out quicker. It means you'll stop being motivated to do it. You won't be as consistent. You'll start phoning it in. Whether you're trying to become a YouTuber, a photographer, improve your woodworking skills. In my case, I'm trying to finally learn to draw at age 30. It's not about sitting there and doing every lesson you can until you pass out. It's not drawing until your fingers bleed. It's not 2 to 3 hours a night, regardless of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, whether or not it's fun. It's just consistently making a little bit of progress or doing a little bit of practice as, regularly as you can. So if that's 5 minutes of drawing some scribbles and trying to figure out, how to use your pencil, if that's drawing straight lines for 10 minutes just to make sure, you're really learning the nuance of how your hand likes to draw and how you can correct for that. If that's one night following a 2-hour drawing tutorial, that's fine. For YouTube posting, if that's posting 3 times a week, once a month. If it's hacking away at it a couple times a week, whether that's working on your script or filming or whatever, just setting aside some degree of window for you to work on a thing is all that really matters. It is way too easy to fall into the trap of trying to be quote unquote consistent at something and really just burning yourself out or making it not fun. And then you just stop entirely. And it gets really confusing because you're like, why didn't I get better? Why didn't I stick with it when I was doing the consistency thing? The consistency is a matter of discipline. And despite what a lot of supposed gurus or experts or people that want to convince you to really stick with a thing might tell you, discipline does not carry you past the point of true motivation or interest, especially if it's something that isn't your job, if it's something you're just trying to learn. You can have discipline. You can make yourself do dishes, even when you're a zombie at midnight and they're piled up from having the family over or something. You can make yourself do your 9 to 5. But if it's something extra or something creative, something that requires your right brain or a little bit more input from yourself uniquely, discipline won't help you learn that if you're burned out. If it's just not fun anymore. If you lost interest in learning to do the thing and you don't care about it anymore like 3 months ago. Arguably the time you spend working towards the thing every day could be more harmful because you're just reinforcing that cycle of I don't like this, I'm not seeing the results I want, and therefore it's not working or I can't do this. Forcing yourself to do the thing every day can be way more harmful than good. Doing something every day because you love it and because you're truly inspired to keep hacking at it, allow yourself to do that if that's what you want. That is totally fine. The issue with advice like this is there's often two camps that feel like their rule, so to speak, is the universal rule, and that is not really how it works. You don't have to avoid daily grinds towards your goal if you're in the right, fixation and you want to keep working at it. You don't have to avoid it, but you also shouldn't make yourself do it if you're not in the mind space to do it. That cycle, that defeatist cycle of this is really hard, I'm not having a good time, I'm not getting the results I want, and therefore I just can't do it, I'm not good enough, I won't be able to do it, or it's not for me anymore, ruins everything. Any possible thing. It doesn't matter whether you've spent your entire life wanting to do this thing until now. Getting stuck in that cycle will absolutely destroy your ability to face it head on. And so if you're feeling burned out on it, if you're just not in the right mindset, if you're not having fun with it, take a break for a little bit. Re-examine the progress you've made. Consider different ways you could tackle it after you've thought about it a little more. But don't make yourself just go in and grind at it. Once, maybe twice, you might find some desirable results from that. You might be like, whoa, I pushed past it and it turns out I was just a little bit cranky with the right drink or snack or whatever. I was able to knock it out and I feel good about that. But that's going to be met equally with so many additional nights of it's 2 a.m. and I haven't felt like I made any headway and I hate myself. Consistency comes in many forms. And consistency most importantly matters when it comes to working at the right pace, at the right mindset, and just making little progress. You can just make a little bit of progress here and there without it being entire lessons every night or something like that. Uploading a video every day. You don't got to go all the way all the time. I'm Addy. This has been Liminal Musings. Remember to be kind. Rewind.
About time!